This is the BF, the new mirrorless full frame camera system from Sigma in Almond. Before we go any further, this is my camera bought with my own money. Everything I'm about to say about this camera is my opinion and my opinion only. Sigma have not paid me or coerced me to make these videos or say any of the things that I'm about to say about this camera system. Right, that done with, let's get on with the video. In this video, I'm going to discuss and address a comment that I read that the Sigma BF would be unsuitable to be used with long lenses. Let's get into this. So here is my BF mounted on the biggest lens that I've got with me for this trip, which is the Sigma 70-200 f2.8 OS Sports, I believe is its full description. There might be a DGDN in there somewhere as well. But anyway, right, it's a reasonably big lens and a lens that I frequently have in my landscape photography kit. Now, straight away, you could argue it looks a little bit like a toy stuck on the back of the lens. I'm just going to twiddle the thing round so you can actually see it from all angles. But I'm struggling to understand that comment. And just for comparison, let's do a compare between the BF and another camera in the L-mount stable, which is the Lumix S5 II. I need to lock the collar. You know when you do all this preparation and it doesn't quite... There we go. Now, you tell me, does that look any better or any different to having the BF on? Yeah, okay, so it's a bit bigger and a bit chunkier. It's the same color as the lens, but in all honesty, certainly on a tripod, I don't see this lens being a problem for the BF. Now then, that got me thinking. So I wonder if what the reviewer was referring to was hand holding the camera. So let's swap them back round. I'm just going to put the lens back on my S5. I don't want any more dust on the sensor than we need to have. And right, okay, so let's drop it off. Now, straight away, I can feel that there is a lot more weight resting on this hand. But as I mentioned in one of the other videos, I think it was the handling video, I don't use this camera, I don't use any camera by just holding it like that. I'm not even a big fan of carrying a camera like that, especially with a big heavy lens. I'm always worried about stressing the mounting point. So if I was going to use this camera with this lens, then it would be like so. So the majority of the weight is being held under this hand. This one, my right hand, just takes a steadying and pointing role. In addition, if I'm going to carry the camera, I will probably, especially with this lens on it, I would carry it by the lens. I wouldn't carry it by the camera. As I say, I would be worried about stressing the lens mount. I mean, I've been known to actually carry it by the lens collar as opposed to the barrel. And I know some people, they actually attach, I'm sure there's a mounting point somewhere, actually attach a strap to the collar tripod mount as opposed to their camera, and I presume that's for exactly the same reason. They don't want to stress the camera and the camera mount too much. Now, okay, let's go back to the reviewer. Maybe the reviewer was talking about stabilization, and yes, this camera does not have stabilization. Well, the majority of the time when I'm out in the landscape, I'm using a tripod. So generally, stabilization isn't a problem for me. When I was in Prague, the lens I used predominantly was the one that's actually sitting on my Lumix, which is the Panasonic 28-200, which has, of all things, stabilization built into it. So those occasions in Prague where I felt that stabilization would be a thing, I used that lens instead of the 45 prime. That said, the 45 prime, I mean, it lets in so much light that generally stabilization wasn't really an issue unless I was taking pictures inside. So inside a shopping mall or a train station or something like that, or I took some images inside an underpass. So there I had no choice, I had to up the ISO. But those of you who follow me on social media, so Facebook and Instagram, you'll have seen pictures from inside that underpass. And even though I upped the ISO on the BF, the pictures were incredibly usable, very, very little noise and well-controlled highlights as well. So aside from looking a little bit diminutive on the back of a long lens, I honestly don't see there being a problem with using a long lens with the BF. The one thing I would advocate though is certainly for a lens as big and as heavy as this, don't mount the camera itself on the tripod. Always use the tripod, the lens collar. To be fair, even with my FPL, I would adopt that approach. I would never hang a lens like this off the camera itself. I just think it's just too risky. So for me, that comment is null and void. It's not been a problem for me. That's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please do search my channel for more and other videos that feature the BF and of course other Sigma cameras. Until we meet again, everybody take care, stay safe, look after each other. Bye for now.